enthusiasm. I've got a job for you if you're looking to keep busy. Here are the details.
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Soul Talk, where we talk Star Citizens with members of the community. This is a show where you come in to talk to us about what's going on this week. I'm your host, fastcart FC, and I haven't done much this week. Well, that's not true. I've done quite a bit this week. I started reading again, and we have a whole lot to talk about. But oh yeah, Griffin is back, so unlimited power. Not so much anymore. But yeah, a couple of games have been updated. I did buy Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous because it's 70% off. I think I talked about that last week, but yeah. Oh, I finished the first season of For All Mankind. It's a great series so far. I recommend people watch it. I also finished the first season of Star Trek Strange New World. And I like that a lot. I mean, it's like, it feels like Trek to me. It's really Trek. And I'm looking forward to season 2. So hopefully, well, I think the first episode is out. So yeah, I gotta get back to that. FC get to do jokes tonight. We'll see we'll see how the band goes. So maybe Tobin, maybe. What else? That's about it. I started reading again, playing my games. Oh, and Flight to Rhythm should be on tomorrow. So check that out on People Radio. Tomorrow at 2100 UTC or 5 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, I'm going to talk about St. Jude. As you can see the logo at the top right over there, and you can see the QR code beside me. Please donate to St. Jude Hospital. We're at 7:15 right now, I believe. But let me bring that up so we can check. So, St. Jude Challenge from June 1st to October 22nd, that is CitizenCon weekend. We are trying to raise $10,000 for St. Jude Hospital, Children's Hospital. As you can see, we already crossed our $500 threshold. We gave away the Soul gift package, but our $1,000 gift code, we are less than 100 or less than 250 now from the Sharon Club package, where you get a cap, a polo, messenger bag, journal, and keyring. And at $2,000, you'll get a UE Navy field jacket and UE Navy cap. $3,000, we will be doing a 12-hour live stream, with special guests and gameplay. At $5,000, we'll be giving away a Benny Measurement. At $7,500, we'll be giving away a 890 jump. And at $10,000, we'll be giving away an Endeavor Master Set. So please donate to St. Jude Play Live Charity Fundraiser at the link. And hopefully, yeah, thank you for that, Griffin. Appreciate it. So yeah, that is the giveaway. But not only that is the fundraiser. Not only are we doing that, we're getting busy, y'all. So we're also doing another Bar Citizen, virtual Bar Citizen. So that is Saturday, July 15th, 2023. The early session is from noon to 4 p.m. Eastern. You can see the UTC above me. And the late session is 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. You can see the UTC time zone above me. So make sure you get that QR code and participate. We had I want to say almost 100 people last time. I forgot when that was, but it's been a while. But oh yeah, CitizenCon. But yeah, so this is July 15th. And yeah, go ahead and feel free to join up. I escaped the classic facility and now all the guy with a Jelani t-shirt. But at least we got some clothes in back, so that's a good thing, right? All right. So I'm gonna do my thing, and then we can. Well, it's pretty quick this week because I didn't have time to really delve into do and something. So this is a popular phrase. They're not popular, but well-known phrase. I think a lot of people should get it, but maybe young people may not get it because it's over 30. It's over 30 years old. So sorry about that, but yeah. So here we go. What does God need with a spaceship? I messed that up. What does God need with a spaceship? See, the original line is starship, but this is Star Citizen, so we use spaceship. So who knows where that is from? Anyone? I'm gonna drag people down and see if they have a clue. You were doing by fifth space and parking space. Star Trek 5, Eminence and Shadows, got it. Star Trek 5, that's when Kirk is talking to God, quote unquote. What does God need with a starship? Did you get that, Fist and Pop?
Only part I got, I knew it was from Star Trek because of your explanation. You said you had to switch, words, but I didn't know.
Didn't know it was 5.
No.
Yeah, it can be hard to keep track of which one is which. Yeah, but Star Trek wasn't the not so good ones. Star Trek 4 and 6 were the good ones. And thank you for the subscription, Abyssinian. Abyssinian, yeah, thank you. 11 months, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, so let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna start with the sneak peek. So yeah, let me go to that screen real quick. So this week's sneak peek says your access is denied. So there's a big old access key there. Look like a slide rule for some reason. I don't know what the slide rule is for. But yeah, it says no touch. Your access is denied. What do y'all think about that? Oh, if anyone wants to come in and talk with us, feel free to click the Discord link below, and I'll drag it down so we can talk about Star Citizen. But yeah.
Now, is that a evidence bag on the left? What is that?
Yeah, it looks like an
Yes,
evidence
that
bag.
is. Yes, that is.
So
access
I mean, like
card.
we have a ruler, we look like we're going to school, but then there's an evidence bag.
Yeah, at least there's no trapper keepers this time.
Well, no, actually, you know what, Pops? That ruler is actually a crime scene ruler.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. That's a good point.
I don't know why.
Crime scene. So guess what? Investigations. Well, they did talk about it a little bit on ISC today. So.
What it made? The ruler made me think of Test Squad.
Yeah, because of the color, black and yellow, but I think that's just a normal color.
Yeah. No,
but Bonsai says hacking gameplay, and I'm inclined to agree with Bonsai.
I think yes, but I think more geared towards investigations because you look at the case notes right there, right? Unless this access card belonged to somewhere that you have to investigate.
And that's how Zale said, God, they introduced trespassing today on today's ISC. We'll get to today's ISC later. So that's probably a clue. Last week, peak was about this week ISC.
Yeah.
I know he's not here. He may see this later or he's watching, but I'm letting y'all know right off the jump. If y'all see Cal Roddy in y'all servers, make sure you double tap him in the head if he get on y'all ship and he not in your party.
Or just switch servers. Or just switch servers. You do not want to be on the same server as him.
When Cal Roddy goes on a service going down to 0.
Shoot, yeah, I'm on rare form. I'm ready. Shoot.
Oh, Nighthawk. It looked like you came in late, but if you want to join the discussion, go ahead and click on the Discord link, or you're already in the link, but just click on the green room, and I'll drag it down so we can talk about stuff this week. But that goes for not only just Nighthawk Zale, but anyone who wants to come in and talk about Star Citizen.
Yes, please come on in here.
Oh yeah, the first thing I saw when I saw that screen, the sneak peek, the no touch, it just makes me want to touch. I'm one of those people. I mean,
Yeah,
you say
we
don't
figured that.
touch. I'm gonna
We
touch.
figured that. We kind of figured that. Yeah.
Might as well put touch. Just put touch on it, and then that way you eliminate it.
Yeah. That's well. Actually, you know what? That works in the opposite way though, Pops, with him, because that encourages him even more. You know, he's like that. He's like a baby.
Bad baby.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Yeah, but that is the sneak peek from last week. No touch access cards, test tracking gameplay. Up next, we're going to cover last week's Star Citizen Live, Alien Narrative. They were joined by Trey Heiberg. I'm going to have to scroll down and get the rest of the name, but narrative team. So, okay, they didn't just say the names. Okay, so just say the narrative team. But it had 4 people from the narrative team. Chris Haddock and West Jeremy. No, I forget the name, but yeah. So yeah, we had the other team. Did you guys get a chance to watch last week Star Citizen Live?
I did.
Yeah.
Actually, I did. Yes.
What'd you think?
Yeah, Pops. I spoke
I
already.
don't know. It's interesting how their jobs are interesting. First of all, how they have to come up with lore for different things, pronunciations. How this is the only game I've ever really played in that I've been interested in lore. I mean, Anthem, you get a little bit of, a little bit, but going really deep into it really wasn't necessary. This is the only game really where you have to become, maybe not have to, but you have, you become involved in it, because you want to know about trade, even something simple about mine. Like that. So I enjoy just kind of forcing me to go in that direction.
Yeah, put simply, this is not a game where you want to skip the cutscene.
No, it's not. It's definitely not.
Neither in Squadron 42 nor Star Citizen.
No, because that's one of the things though that Pop that you did mention though, that one of the things that Anthem, as well as Ashes of Creation is well Ashes. Let's talk about that one. Just Anthem, that one broke my heart. But anyway, Ashes of Creation, Ashes of Creation is adopting that same philosophy, where unfortunately, when you to keep this really short, but with games today, like let's spell MMOs, you have that so-called speed run, and you miss a lot of folks, who really want to immerse themselves in the game, and I to get to the point that I'm glad that Ashes of Creation is adopting that, where you are going to have to pay attention to what's going on to the lore, and when you go into a dungeon, you're going to have to think about who you're bringing, because there's secret passages ways, there's other things like that you got to know about, and the same thing that's within Star Citizen.
You're right. Smoke wants to know why is Pop talking about Anthem like it was a real game. That was John face to face, not Pop.
Well, listen, listen, you're right. In my mind at the time, it was a real game. That's why I'm very heartbroken about it, but we're going to bury that and just let it die and just let it rot and never bring it. Hopefully we don't let it resurface.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right how he can tell our voices. Remember last week, I'm the more manly.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go.
And I'm going to try to give a quick synopsis. So basically they talk about the different languages like Tavara and Gion, Banu and Vanual. They ask an all-important question. You remember that question, Fist?
Yes, I do. And as a matter of fact, fastcart, it is the question that we are going to ask Sherry at CitizenCon.
No, don't put we in this. You.
Yes, we are. I said it. Me and you were going to go right up to her and say, "Hey,
I'm going to be
Sherry.
I'm like, I don't know him, but go ahead and ask the question."
But I'm going to say, listen, what color is Vandal poop?
And that is Face to Face, ladies and gentlemen. The views and opinion of Face to Face do
That's
not represent
right.
Soul Citizen.
Not Pops.
Not Pops. So during the show, they were asked whether or not Vanual poop, and the answer was they have over-engineered pod. It's like the Matrix. and all the goop and stuff like that. So it took care of all the Vanguard needs. So they can, but they have to hide. So you never see poop on the ground in a Vanguard ship, basically.
Yeah.
They asked other question. I think one of the questions I like was talking about alien robots or alien AI, because the UE bans AI. But it's just a in-law answer for a real life situation. Like Chris Robert, he wants people to actually fly the ship and not have AI do everything 100 times better than human. So he wants people to have that not
That
be
makes
perfect
sense,
at
though.
stage, just skill based, but rather than AI based. So yeah, I mean, it could get to a point where aliens could have AI, but I'm pretty sure if Chris Roberts has anything to say about it, or the Lord team has anything to say about it, they'll face the same problems that the humans did.
I think where you can kind of get around that and still incorporate AI, and hopefully that they are integrating that, is have AI in other areas, like as far as like kind of simulated like your lights
I mean,
or
they have holograms and stuff, but just like
well,
it's like a really simplistic version. It's not anything like machine learning or anything like that.
but they touched upon it though, one of the shows a while back about their voice, in-game voice. No, matter of fact, we touched upon it. So Citizens touched upon it. Excuse me, the topic about the in-game voice chat,
Yeah.
the voice comms, because that would be very useful if it becomes very robust, where you can say a command, turn on the lights, and Edie or whoever you want to name your AI is, right? It says, hello today, Sir Fastcart, how are you doing today? Your coffee is ready. You know what I mean? Things like that is could be cool as far as from AI, but I can understand the point about controlling your ship, because that basically eliminates you.
And folks, if you want to hire Fish Face to be your in-game AI, contact him at. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, right. I messed up your orders on purpose. On purpose.
No, I think
And go ahead.
what we'll get is a very limited AI.
Right, very limited.
Very limited. Remember the machinima we did that we showed with oh my goodness, what's his name? And he was driving and he was in the vehicle.
Zark.
He was trying Zark Media, and he was talking to his ship.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, we may get something similar to that, maybe not even as deep as that, but
it's more like an assistant, like a Google assistant.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. That's what I mean. Something where it doesn't take you out of it, but it just kind of gives you notifications like, hey, how much oxygen do I have left? Well, you have so and so.
And Iceman asked, it's like the program like Voice Attack. Well, it's like the ACS Voice Pack, but yeah, something similar. Real quick, another topic that they brought up, a question they brought up, is, do Banu hate measurement orders? And the answer is only if they are really bad at parking. So no, Banu do not hate measurement orders, evidently. And one thing the last thing I touched on is that I didn't realize Xeon was a tonal language. According to the show last week, the accents are in the tone, not like the accents are in the tone. Like a lower voice or lower pitch means something different than something said in a higher pitch or a higher voice. So I thought that was interesting. It's like how we ask the question. Like when we ask the question, we tend to go up in pitch. But go ahead,
Pop. Japanese part tonal, and then there's African languages very tonal.
Yeah, the click languages.
Mm-hmm.
The click, yeah, they are different. They're very different.
I don't know if there's somebody in the audience that knows Japanese, but I thought Japanese was because what was it? Like, sorry, I hope I didn't do that too loud. I thought it that was based on tone, like you said, how low it, like instead of hey,
The only question I got to ask is, how low can you go?
Oh, okay, you were holding that.
Yeah, I'm going old school with that. And also, if you want to watch a quick summary, Nubify did a summary, but he recommended people, if you really want to get into it, just watch the whole video, the full 1 hour long video. So that's what the Nubify is at this time. But yeah, so that is Star Citizen Live from last week. Up next we have, oh yes, so this is our CitizenCon portion of the show. I know we covered a lot of CitizenCon stuff last Sunday, but this is more of like what CIG has put out information-wise during the week, and so so we'll try not to touch too much of what we covered Sunday, but go ahead and watch that later on if you want to catch up on that. But yes, so CitizenCon. Let's start off with the basics. Like in 2018, they had prices for general admission was $87 and premium access was $130. That's including local sales tax. Premium ticket holders will gain access to the seating closer to the stage, while premium registration service. Store credit cannot be used to purchase tickets. So that is from 5 years ago in 2018. This year, we didn't cover this last week because they put it on Friday. So, and 4 years CitizenCon is back. They have general access tickets again, and they have premium experience tickets this time. With the premium experience ticket, they have limited upgrade, add VIP perks to your CitizenCon ticket with access to an exclusive after party on Sunday night and more. Typically, they have goodie bag or swag bag, but it's different from the general admission swag bag. Both tickets are available in limited quantities, so don't wait too long to get your hands on these coveted tickets, starting on June 28th. So that's just over a week now. Early access will be open to concierge and subscribers. The following day, June 29th, will open to the public. So that's the time they give for the wave, 1600 midnight and 800 UTC, and the same for early access and general sale.
Now, I have a question. Okay. I'll start
Go ahead.
Keep going. No, I have a question. See, since you have experience in this, the grab bags that we get. Now, they said we're going to get items, out of game items, maybe t-shirts or something, but they said also we're going to get in-game items, right? And I want to know your experience on it, because I know just like we get things from subscriber flare, and eventually those people that don't subscribe get them. Now, is this going to be the? I'm just wondering, in your experience, is this going to be the same, or are people that don't go there will get those same in-game items?
They have they do sell a digital goodie package every CitizenCon, so people can buy the same thing all over again. But as far as in-game stuff from CitizenCon, I think we might get like a Spectrum badge or Spectrum badge. I probably remember because it's been 5 years, so I can't remember. My memory isn't too great. But basically, Go Maps are typically both things giving away at CitizenCon are not available in game. The physical physical stuff, yeah. But they do. Last time in 2018, they offered an opportunity to buy a CitizenCon T-shirt, and we could either get it shipped to us in our home, or we could pick it up at CitizenCon directly. So I picked mine up at CitizenCon.
Yeah, I just think I agree with GoMap 100%. I think we should get things that that shouldn't be available, because I mean, we know what we're getting into by going there, but I really would like to, maybe not it be something so become readily available. I would like to see it be something, collector's thing for people that do go. I really do.
Maybe this year will be different, but typically they do sell a goodie bag, a digital virtual items that everything is in game. But those are typically like $5 or $10. Something simple.
Okay.
Yeah. So continuing on, the CitizenCon access ticket will be $200. I'm rounding up, and the premium access, premium experience ticket will be $300. Both tickets will be granted full 2-day access to the convention Saturday and Sunday. So people have been complaining it's too much. Basically, if you divide it by 2, because it's a 2-day event, the regular general access is just $100. So that's like $13 above 2018 for 2 days, and the premium access is like $150 for divided 300 divided by 2, and that's about, I want to say, $20 above 2018 for 2 days. So it's really not that much if you consider it that much. So I don't see what the big fuss is. Yes, it's like all at once. It's a lot, but if you divide it by 2, it's not really that much over, in my opinion. But yeah. I want to scroll down. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was just trying to think about it because they talk about the after party. Now I know that's on Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
Right. So I'm assuming. I wonder when the after party is going to start. You know.
Typically on 2018, the event was like noon to 6 p.m.
6
So
p.m.
probably after party is probably
6 p.m.
I can tell you when the party's gonna start.
Go ahead.
When fastcart gets there.
Don't encourage him. Oh God. Listen, because I'm looking at it like this. I had to because I'm like we're leaving 2 on Monday. Monday morning, but I know the flight is going to be like, our flight is like 10, so we'll still go to the after party. It's just we'll go from the after party straight to the hotel, grab out, and then just go to the airport. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
You know,
and I think a whole lot of people are gonna be doing that. Like people are gonna be flocking from the hotel, from the after party to the hotel, pick up their bag, and then head out for the trip. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much because it depends on if the after party is going to like 2 o'clock in the morning.
1 or 2, maybe.
You know, because that's usually what all of the bars.
Officially, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's all of the bars that I've seen that we saw that they're closing around like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm assuming that's, probably the shutdown time for the party as well.
Yeah, and as you can see, Zylo put out a post because the original post was updated with the price. So Zylo put out a post that the same day. I'm telling people what the price was, and you can see the complaints. They say definitely not going with those places, and I'm thinking people are just having sticker shock. I think in a week's time when the tickets go on sale, people are saying at least 30% of people who are saying they're not going are going to change their mind and pick up a ticket. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So I just want to cover other information that we got since the announcement. CitizenCon time. I'm a Grace Griffith wanted to ask what time it starts and ends. Zylo said opening and closing times have not been announced yet, so they don't know or they haven't been announced. But in 2018, it was like noon to 6 p.m. or like people gathered outside the venue at around 10 p.m. They started letting people in at around 11, and then they got the show started at around noon, as far as I can remember. But that was in 2018. This one is from Jake Acapella, had an update. Also, event tickets will follow our store credit rules for merchandise. So tickets at First CitizenCon would not be able to be purchased with store credit. You have to be used War Bond or cash. So you can't use store credit to buy a CitizenCon ticket. That's the same it's been ever yet. It hasn't changed or anything.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show though about how that's going to work as far as because I'm assuming I want to know what page we need to go to and all.
It'll be on the CitizenCon page. The normal CitizenCon page. They'll have a thing, I believe.
Okay, you have to show me that then.
Okay.
Yeah, CitizenCon in Atlanta at Gomez's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Think said, can we get more notice next time? Or yearly same date. This 2 weeks notice is laughable. And I'm like, they told us back in December of last year. And so, said more notice about ticket sales. The event itself is in October, so we still have this is June, so we still have 4 months. And they published save the date in February, so that was 8 months before the actual event. So I'm not seeing where this lack of notice is coming from. But people either didn't pay attention or just didn't know. But yeah, people this stuff has been around for a while. Again, the word about the prices. So that's when they talk about the prices. So we already covered that. Zylo said, yes, the event will be on their live stream on the official Twitch channel. It's usually on their YouTube channel too. Although the best experience will certainly be in person. So yeah, they didn't put it on Twitch, and then they cut it down and edit it to make it more palatable for YouTube and put it on YouTube later. It could take a week to go from Twitch to YouTube. So it's better to watch it live if possible, or just watch the Twitch VOD when you have a chance. This is the same thread again. Watching the show from home will entirely be free. A few years ago, they floated the idea, or actually came up with the idea of charging for digital ticket to watch the event virtually, but they're not going to do that at all this year. So you can watch it at home entirely free, available on your Twitch channel, and there'll be a digital goodie pack. That's what I was talking about earlier. Available to buy for those not attending in LA, similar to previous physical event. We'll show that information as we closer to the event. So they're not putting that information out yet. We'll know in a bit. Hanzo asked, I assume this means the panels will be spread over 2 days. Just curious since I was planning out hosting a watch party. And it said correct. So yeah, in 2018, they had 2 panels going at the same time because they're trying to put a whole bunch of presentations in 1 day and within 6 hours. But this year, they're going to have, I'm guessing going to have 1 panel at a time, but over 2 days. So that's probably why they did it on 2 days instead of just 1. Information. So will there be a digital CitizenCon ticket flag for people who cannot attend CitizenCon in LA? They talk about a digital goodies package will be available to purchase. But they don't know. Obviously, that they're not announcing that yet. But they said that a while ago. They have a digital goodie pack again. Okay, so this person asked is from Juan said, come on CID, if you're including subscribers that remove the special access, it's only a $10 entry. If you're going to do that, you should go base model right above a head start. There should be tangible benefits for spending that much with you. The what is it called? I can't think of the word. Entitlement is real. The entitlement is real. That's the word I'm looking for. So Zylo responded, this is not a new perk being introduced. It's existed in the subscriber perks here. Early access to an event. That's one of the subscriber benefit. And it's been the same way since 2016. And that was my first CitizenCon. And I don't know, I can't speak for 2014 or 2015. But it's always been the case for CitizenCon. So I don't know what the big deal is, but people need to be given detail about this information. So yeah, anything you want to comment on so far about this?
Yeah, I agree with you, but I don't know what the big deal is. But
Yeah, it's
right.
what it is.
I think I have a couple more. Oh no, this is that was the final tab for the final thing from that thread about regarding CitizenCon ticket. Now to talk about our community booth. Applications now open. We covered this more on Sunday. Briefly, if you have a org or a community or whatnot, you can apply to get a booth. If you want to, probably get your application in sooner rather than later because the space is limited. You can see some of the pictures that they have from previous CitizenCon. I believe that is Shigelian with Ultima.
Damn, boy, he did a great job. Yeah, okay. All right.
This
That is
is
cool.
Don't Go Alone. I forget. I don't see the name of the org, but yeah. This is Atlas or Atlas Esport Defense. Oh no, I'm sorry, Atlas Defense Industries. Sorry, my bad. Atlas Defense. I'm thinking about Atmos Esport. My bad. I believe Atmo was there too, but yeah, and that's a whole bunch of booths of what they look like in 20. I want to say 2018. That might have been 2019. I'm not sure, but that's what their booths look like. And if I scroll down, you'll
May I ask you
see.
a question, FC?
Yeah.
Now, the purpose of the booths, is it like for org recruiting?
Or recruiting, giving out details like Atmo Esports talk about racing. They try to get more people to race.
Right,
Yeah.
I can understand Atmo.
Yeah, but it's mostly org recruiting. Yeah.
Org recruiting. Okay.
Or try to get people to watch your stream. Like you see right here, we're going to have a Soul Citizen booth at the. We're applying to get one. We haven't been approved yet.
A player haters booth.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. We'll see. And right below that, you see Tech Squadron. Is applying for the booth too.
Oh, nice,
So I think I should go down. Okay. So there's a couple of questions regarding getting a exhibitor. The exhibitors have to buy CitizenCon tickets themselves and their staff, and Zalo responded. Community booth exhibitors will be provided a free CitizenCon access ticket. So that is the normal $200 one. If you want to get the go to the after party on Sunday, you have to get a VIP ticket. But everyone who is a exhibitor will get a free access, the normal access ticket.
So let me ask you a question. When we get our tickets, I'm assuming they're gonna like put a little microchip in our wrists or something like that to make sure that they know who to kick out when the after party starts.
They put like a band, like the band you put on the wrist. They have something like that, like a few times. And also they put like a stamp on your hand too. But that was at the Bar Citizen at the evening. Yeah. Director Gunner asked, definitely applying for a community cosplay maker booth experience. Just held up an item list. Made an item list revision be submitted after initial submission. So Zalo says yes, it is an iterative process. Once the application is approved, there'll be a lot of back and forth as teams look at just to support the booth. So you want to get your application in, have like a good idea of what you may need or going to bring, submit it, and then as time goes on, you get more ideas. You can update it later. So that's what they're saying. It's an iterative process. All right, so that is booth, and hopefully Soul Citizens will be there. Okay, this is the volunteer spread. So I'm gonna scroll up here. So real quick, because we covered this on Sunday, but just people who don't know, you can become a volunteer for CitizenCon. Basically, what a volunteer is, they're like ushers. People give assistance to people at the event. They help out with the putting the structure together, putting banners up and what have you. So yeah, if you want to become a volunteer, you can apply. Basically, if you become a volunteer, you don't have to pay to go to attend. But it's probably the normal access, not the premium access. They can't go to the after party as far as I can tell. Maybe I don't know.
That would be kind of
Yeah, that is kind of, if I pay a $300 ticket and then go to work. Yeah, that would be kind of messed up. So I guess it should be free.
Oh, well, maybe they addressed that, but let me see. Anyone else who could notify the volunteer application status before tickets go on sale? I'd like to know. Otherwise, I'll be buying tickets. Chris Wayne said there was a chance that we will not be able to send you confirmation before tickets get sold. So if you would like to attend the con as a regular attendee anyway, in case you will not receive a confirmation application as a volunteer, get a ticket just to be on the safe side. For confirmed volunteers, we will first refund your ticket if you have acquired one. So if you want to, so we're going to apply to be a volunteer and buy a ticket, and then and then yeah, sorry, what Griffin said in the chat.
Yeah,
But then
too.
once you get the application approved, they'll refund your ticket. And yeah, so CitizenCon volunteers do work. I didn't mean to specify otherwise, but like I said, they help put views together. They're usher and they clean up afterwards after the event is over. So it is work. So I didn't mean to
Okay.
say that CitizenCon volunteers do not work.
Man, they got you in the back washing dishes.
Almost, but not quite.
Right.
So, Sharkbite, I asked if we purchased the premium ticket and attend the after party, will the difference will be funded or will volunteering preclude the attending the party? So that was the question we were just talking about. So Chris Wayne said, thank you for the question. From experience, volunteers are very involved with the event operation, so they likely host the party or pack up the CitizenCon on Sunday night. Therefore, the partial ticket refund is not possible. Our focus will be on allocating our volunteer work according to the event need. So the overlap with the after party is possible. So what they're saying is, it's likely that they will be cleaning up at the LA Convention Center afterward while the after party is going on. So if you become a volunteer, you may not be able to attend the after party. That's what they're saying right here.
Damn, so wait a minute. So you helped
Yeah.
set up for the after party.
Can't even go.
Wow.
Man.
You're like, thank you. Your services was much
Reminds you of
appreciated.
certain movies,
Goodbye.
doesn't it? Reminds you of certain movies, doesn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Tobin said volunteers get access to behind the scenes access too. That is true.
Yeah.
They do have access to developers and CIG employees, so they may get a peek behind the curtain, so to speak. So it is a good experience. That's what Nighthawk Dale talked about on Sunday.
That's true. They may get a small tour of different things that we won't get to see.
Yeah.
That
emphasis on May.
Yeah, but I
know,
can't
yeah.
see, but I can't see them not having access to the after party, because if you're a volunteer, now if you're a volunteer to help set up the festivities as well as break it down, then you've got to be there. You know what I mean?
What they say. I understand what they're saying, but I'm just reading what they said. But they're probably saying that just so they don't get people's hopes up.
Right. I get
Because if they get like
that,
you know,
I mean,
they have limited premium ticket, so maybe maybe like they can only have like 200 people at the venue, but they have like 20 volunteers. That you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm quite sure. So I'm quite sure they'll probably, obviously, like Griff is saying, you know, in the chat, that the volunteers, you're not just going to volunteer, they're going to work you.
Yeah, you're going to work. You're
going to work. You're going to work. So, you know, that's why I'm kind of seeing it like, you know, you thinking you're going to be a free ticket in there. Nah, you're going to be a runner.
No.
You're going to be a runner. Yeah. You're going to be, so.
All right. So I'm going to, that is, CitizenCon stuff. So I'm going to move on from that and go on to the other stuff. So this is the Alien Week stuff. So transmission from the Banu Protectorate, a message from, I'm not even going to try but to pronounce that, Religion Truly, and that is the Banu message, the Banu transmission. You scroll down a whole bunch people try to translate. I'm going to get to, not that one. These two seem to be the most, I don't want to say accurate, but seem to be the most reasonable. I'm going to read the one from Coolwater. So, Coolwater had two translations. So, greeting from the Banu Protectorate. We come in peace. We bring trade. We seek new partners. We are the Banu. We are the merchants of the stars. We bring goods from all over the galaxy. We have what you need. We are here to help you grow your business. We are your friends. Welcome to the Banu Protectorate. Or the second translation that they have is, greetings, salutations for the travelers. I am Orm from the Banu Protectorate. We come in peace. We are here for trade. We have many goods to offer. We are also willing to exchange knowledge. We hope that you will find our wares to be of interest. If you have any questions, please doing hesitate. Oh, I think that's just something a reference I'm not getting. But I think the top part is probably the translation.
Yeah.
And this person, I am the DR. I am the doctor. She basically said the same thing with the translation. So yeah, what do y'all think?
I like the second one only because it has the name.
I don't think
And
I think that's
enjoy-
yeah. I'm not too confident. The second part is
yeah, I'm not.
I think that yeah.
Yeah, but I that would be my reason for liking, because it does have because as far as I know, this would be my first time ever seeing a Banu name. And actually,
No, you saw it at the top. A message from the Jashi or Nazi. Yeah, I can't pronounce Jashi. I can't pronounce what how you said the name, but yeah, that yeah, that's from the Sulu.
oh, okay, that's
Yeah, so that is the transmission that they sent. Who's the sale in particular update? This is from Cherry Hyper. They published a updated version to the Rush Society Guide to the Banu language. You can find a new PDF there. The update includes over 1,700 new vocabulary terms, some of which may help you with yesterday's message from the religion Shulu. If you see them around, be sure to thank the Geno linguist for his incredible work. This is the thing. It was originally posted in November 23rd, 2019. So that's like almost 4 years ago. And if you scroll down, you got a download for the Smoothing Sailing Protectorate, a Russian Society Guide to Interacting with the Band. So you click on that. That's the PDF, and it gives based on different terms. Now, it says it's corrected at the 2020, but obviously, according to Cherry, it's corrected earlier this week. So go ahead and check that out when trying to give it a shot and translating it yourself. You're gonna go give it a try, Pops?
I'm actually down. I just downloaded this thing. Yeah, this is really
Yeah.
cool. You know, the thing
yeah,
about it though, with the band new, from understanding, from what I understand, they speak slow.
I'm not sure. I know the Xeon do, but I'm not sure about the brand new.
Yeah, they do, because when you watch the lore part, well, this is according to what Paul knows though, and this is what I'm going off of from doing the lore history video that we did with Paul, and he talked about Jerry. When Jerry when they dubbed his name Jerry because his name is Jerry. When he aborted the ship, he said his name very slow. So he spoke very slow to them.
I mean, it could be just a first contact thing that they do. When you talk to new people, you don't want to like go off a million miles per second when you talk. Basically,
possible. I mean, first contact kind of a thing. I mean, yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying yes, not saying right or wrong.
Right.
You know, but from what I know, just based upon that information, that they speak slow.
He probably was right, because the first thing he did was shot at him. So
yeah, so we're trying to say, don't do to me. I'm a good bad guy.
Hands up, like Jerry.
Well, that not necessarily. That the hands up thing may be a human thing. It could mean something completely different for a different alien.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Hey, you know,
like, hey, man, first thing you do is shoot. Okay.
But that would be interesting, because if you think about it, like in the Mercury Star Runner video,
yeah,
right, where she goes tie, I'm assuming would you need to slow that down?
Yeah, because the other person was trying to say the same thing, but she was trying. I think she probably said it too fast because she was in a hurry. She wanted to get out of those handcuffs.
Right. You know.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that is the smoothest sailing for the Banu for the Protectorate. Translating the lore post from earlier this week. Up next, we have another Alien Week follow-up. Alien Screenshot Contest. Which title is the right one? So they had two Spectrum threads, and Chris Wayne Smith specified, "Hey there, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We will allow both in case of doubt and will not disqualify anyone because they made a mistake. So, however, go with 2953 Alien Week First Contact when uploading your context entry to the community hobby event. It is shorter and what most participants use. So basically, they had two threads up for the same contest, but they specified if you use one or the other, you won't get disqualified. Up next after that, they have the Ark Star Map look broken. We talked about this from about a couple of months. The only time the Star Map worked was when Griffin used it within the XSplit or OBS web browser. Evidently, it works in that, but not on a more modern browser. But Jake Capola had a reply saying, "Hey y'all, we are aware of the issue with the website Star Map and telemetry pages. So evidently, they have an issue with telemetry also. We encountered a bug with the telemetry in 318 branch, which includes 219. And this should be resolved for the release of 320. The Star Map has also been similarly reprioritized, and they will fix that out ASAP. Thank you for your patience." So 320, they have the telemetry page updated, and then they'll work on the Star Map. So soon, TM. This is the Jumptown 2.1 is back again. So we covered this previously, so I don't want to go over the whole thing again. But basically, the Jumptown schedule is for 319.1, is June 22nd through the 25th. All of them start at 9 a.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. UTC and run for approximately 24 hours. So check that out if you're interested in Jumptown. Don't ask if Jumptown is safe, because it will not be safe. Are you going to participate in Jumptown?
No, not unfortunately now.
No.
I'll be busy.
Oh, one thing I will have to say again. Hold up, let's scroll up there. So they call it New Jump City. So I have to ask, are you your brother's keeper?
All right.
All right.
Moving on from that. Okay, so this is from
what, fastcart? I should say sit your $5 butt down before I make change.
Thank you for cleaning that up. So the next part is should put mute or a proper word instead of deaf and dumb. This is from Deaf Strong. Hello, I have a concern about a missing deaf and dumb. It's very offensive to our deaf community, which I'm not sure if English is their first language, but I'm not accepting that. I'm a deaf person, and deaf community it won't known. Will you remove deaf and dumb and put a proper word like mute? So that's what they request. They want to replace the title of the mission from deaf and dumb to mute. And scroll down. Oh, did I put it? Oh, okay, I did. I have a second tab, so I can go to this one. Oh, I just scrolled down. I know what I'll do. I'll just hit the thing, and then it'll come up. There you go. So Study CIG said, "Thank you for bringing this to our attention. The mission has now been renamed to Peace and Quiet for a future release." And there's some topics in the thread talking about how CIG shouldn't change it, or people are, I don't want to say snowflakes, or people should be more thick-skinned. There's a whole back and forth about that. Synthwave posted, "Hey folks, as we previously mentioned, we appreciate the feedback, and the mission in question will be named Peace and Quiet in the future patch. That being the case, and seeing this discussion has drifted into needless hostility, we'll be closing the thread." Yeah, so they closed the thread, but that's unfortunate. I don't know why. Some people are not tolerant of stuff like that, but it is what it is, unfortunately. And this is the same thread. This is from the Haddock TIG. I'm thinking that's Dave Haddock. Oh, I said Chris Haddock. I meant Dave Haddock. He said, "Hi, Death Strong. Thank you for the post. We thought about the title, Dave." So yeah, they switched it. So they will no longer be called Death Meat. It'll be called Peace and Quiet.
Peace and Quiet. That's cool.
And being the person with disability myself, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I don't think it's anything that needed to be gone to hostility, but What can you do? People disagree with you.
You know, it is what it
Uh,
is.
so this is from Black Dogs and Stop Hiding CIG and Respond. I can't scroll down, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. But basically, Ov from CIG says, as Jake wrote over here, I'm going to put that next. We're currently investigating the report talking about the login issues and stuff like that. It will take time to examine and explore what happened, as we must filter through case to rule out accounts where instructions of the announcement were not followed. Basically, they had a 319 or 319.1 instruction to follow about your items so that you don't lose them. Some people did not heed those instructions, so they lost their items are missing, and CLG is trying to fix that. This is the previous thing that they talked about. We covered it previously, but I'm just going to go over it again. So, hey y'all, we're currently investigating reports about lost item loss and after loss of 319.1. We'll keep you posted once we have more information. So that was the more information that the OOF posted. So hopefully people will get the items back. Did we have lose items in 319.1?
No.
No. How about anyone in chat, or come in and talk with us if you lost items, and what are you doing to get around it? Are you grinding more to replace them, or are you just gonna wait? Let me know, or let us know. And this is from Zelma's login problem. Basically, what we talked about before. So Xylo posted the issues affecting us today, in particular, have been related to an outage with our cloud provider. So this was on the 16th. So that was 6 days ago. So they're having a cloud an outage with their cloud provider. We do not have more information beyond that at the moment. We haven't been assured the right people on it. We have any further updates, we'll let you all know. So evidently they must have got it resolved because there was no further update. But that was on the 16th. So ASAP issue, that people talking about that. That's a known issue. Chris Ryan said, "Hey everyone, the team is online and currently identifying and working on specific servers on which the ASAP terminal current issues are occurring. Thank you for the patience." So that was a few days ago. That was the 17th, so 5 days ago. So they're still looking into that. Kenji84 has a quick question. It's regarding the animation and previous IE videos from 2950. I'm not going to show the video. Basically, it has a question about the animation. It's a format, so it's also seen to be engine does that mean, or it's working, or did the media team take some liberties? You want to know if it's something that the media team took liberties in doing, or something that it's naturally in the engine. I think it's something that the media team took liberties, because it looks different from how it was with normal Crytek stuff. They're hoping one day to back it with Loot Crate on the ship. That's something that they did in the video. I also can't wait to see more bugs in the animation and champagne pouring, to be specific. So CIG Tiki Bartender said, they can only answer in generalities because several teams were involved in creating what you saw in that video. Clearly, the full body animation exists. We all saw it. Now getting to the work in a systematic way for AI or for players, including systems for smooth first-person camera movement while performing the action, determining rally location, where the box can be placed, etc. And you can see where it becomes a bigger thing than just play this one animation file. It takes coordination between multiple teams. I hope that answers the question. And they said, thank you for that. It did answer the question. So yeah, it takes effort from multiple teams just to get the animation stuff done.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you and Pop can attest to that, right?
Yeah, animation. I mean, to go just really briefly to touch on. I mean, you know more about it, Pops, but from watching, I mean, animation is very hard. It's not as hard as it's not as easy as people think it is. You know, just jump in a suit and then go. No, it's a lot of calibrations. Even when you jump in the suit, there's a lot of jitter. You have to work out. You know, even if a person just walking in a straight line, you know that the animator has to go back and retouch that up, because the communication between the suit and the transmitter and the receiver, it's like I said again, you still have a jitter factor in there. So I mean, it's not easy. I just put it to you this way, especially if you're doing everything by hand, like ship animations, you can forget about it. Oh my god. Oh, so all the other people like, give me my ship now. Well, you gotta think about it. All the animations that a person's got to do. That's hand
Also, I
done.
mean, just because you're good at animating one thing, you may not be good at animating other things. Like if you're good at animating ships, you may not be good at animating people, and vice versa.
Right. Yeah, CC Creator could tell you about it a little bit too. He's worked in a little bit of Unreal, stuff like that. So it's a lot to
Well, a
do
lot
with
of
this stuff.
people, like I didn't know, there's a difference between cinematic animation and in-game animation. So they did show us, like, when an AI walks past you or another AI, that's an entirely different animation than just, I'm gonna have one character walk this way and one character go another way, and you're animating that. It's an entirely different thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not Creature Creator said he second everything Fish just said. Not how Jail is also into animation. But real-time rendering versus pre-rendered. Yeah, basically what Pop said.
Yeah.
All right, so that was a quick question and from CIG Tiki Bartender. Now, this one is a long one, but basically when you expect to improve service stability and performance. I tried to read through this. But it was a lot to get through. Let me just try to see if I can cover the basic. So sorry this reply took so long. I think this reply, they posted it on June 9th, and this was posted 3 days ago from Data CIG. So clearly a number of you have had a frustrating time with this and feel things aren't being done to help your account get back to a playable state. You want to address the short-term work. If your account is broken, please either make a issue console or contribute to one you feel covers the problem. I know there's something we've asked you to do in the past, but they'll explain why you do it again. I mean, basically, anything that you on the issue console will help them more than just posting in Spectrum, because issue console is more of a bug and issue platform rather than Spectrum. And people can contribute to say, oh, I have this issue, or I have a similar issue, or I have an issue just like this. And sometimes just knowing more people have the same issue, they can refer back to them to get more details. So unfortunately, a lot of issues cause disconnections like this are the result of multiple systems tripping over themselves. What we refer to as systemic issue. I'm gonna skip ahead. So what this means in the course of fixing a disconnecting error, if we ever close an issue console that you reported on in the past, either if it had been resolved as fixed or incorrectly closed as duplicate, it doesn't mean that we're ignoring that your account is broken. Rather, it means that we fixed what we feel is causing the issue, and we're now seeing if there are any are remaining. So basically, if they close your issue on the issue console, and it didn't really address you, it probably might be a duplicate, or it might have been fixed and it's going to be released in 320 or a future update. Please continue to tell us if the account has not been fixed. If an issue console gets resolved or closed as a dupe, you're still having the issue, having perform a character repair, please make the issue console so the players can tell us if they're having that issue. That will let them know what is going on and allow them to investigate accounts that are still broken. In the best case scenario, some of these issues can be hotfixed, or developers can fix broken accounts programmatically. In the worst case scenario, it may take another major patch to get it fixed, which might be a while. So next long-term work, the fact that we've asked you repeatedly to tell us if you can't log into the game in this area need improvement, but as they mentioned earlier, these things are difficult to differentiate than something like a crash. I'm going to skip ahead. Until you have better analytic for these issues, if your account is broken, you have tried to repair the issue console, and you feel like the issue console isn't getting looked at, send it to a direct message, to them as a direct message on Spectrum. Depending on how many of the messages you get, you may not be able to respond, but they will make sure that you get tracked and being investigated. So that is from British CIG. So, having issues, I think hopefully this one put the link in the thread and the I'll put it in there. But if you got an issue with your account, look at the issue console, see if you have a duplicate. If you can't find a duplicate, try to make a new one, but it probably won't be closed as a duplicate. You just gotta find an issue console post that's close to yours. All right, that was a lot, but yeah, they're working on it.
How'd you got through that one?
Yeah, right. Hold on, I got someone in chat queue. I'm gonna bring them down. Hello.
Oh, what's up, Godson?
Yo, what's good?
Salute.
Hey, Godson. Right. Yeah. I couldn't see who it is. I only see the first letter. Hey, Godson.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing. You got something to say about the issue console stuff, or something previously before that?
No, I was just listening in on the issue council stuff. My bad if I jumped into the wrong queue.
No, that's okay. All right. So we're going to move on to the next one, and we're like 4 or 5 tabs before the ISC. This is from British CIG. This is a continuation on the previous thread. Basically, disconnecting errors that are not going away blocked account. Basically, he's telling us everything that he said to do in the previous thread, the issue console, perform, and stuff like that. So to try and put it all in one place, basically. So that is, I'll put it in chat for you all. Disconnecting errors are not going away. There you go. All right. Okay, so this is a question from Canadian Hero. Roasting game when 3 months are over. Typically, when a new ship becomes flyable, they have a sale for it, and then it's supposed to become available in game to rent. But that case or the time period between flyable to becoming being able to rent is 3 months. Or 90 days. Download says the voucher will be available in game with Alpha 320. So you gotta wait for 320 for the voucher. This is from CID. Happy Juneteenth. Zika Capola said Happy Juneteenth. Then there's another thread that says Hannah the Great. The CID even acknowledged Juneteenth, and now it says Happy Juneteenth. So yes, they did acknowledge it. So yes, Happy Juneteenth. I know it was Monday, but yeah. A couple of more threads. The Venture Titan Colors Back Vanguard Hoplite Pledge update. We covered this a few weeks ago. Basically, those ships, the price is definitely coming on June 27th, so that is next week. So 1 week, the price will be going up. So it'll be going up by $5 for the Venture Titan, $10 for Colors Black, and $5 for the Vanguard Hoplite. None of them will have a. Okay, sorry. The Colors Black and the Titan will have a starter pack, but the Hoplite will not have a starter pack. So they're just letting you know in advance that the prices are going up, so people can complain. Or people will complain in a way because not everyone read this stuff. What are you gonna say?
No, I just laughed.
Oh. Yeah, people will complain in a way.
Yeah, even if they lowered the price, they would have.
The one thing you can count on is that they're going to complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the common denominator right there.
The moral of this story.
So this is talking about buyback token. Typically, concierge have 2 buyback tokens. People below concierge will have 1 buyback token, but they get refreshed every 3 months. Synthwave was letting you know that the buyback token for quarter 3 will be distributed on July 5th, not July 3rd as they originally posted. So it'll be, if you look on July 3rd and buyback tokens are not there, it'll be on July 5th when they come back. So if you have a buyback token, you haven't used it yet, use it before July 4th, I want to say, so that you're not, because they don't accumulate. And whenever they refresh, you just get two every time. And that is about the buyback token. Okay, so this is what's going on this week in fact. And Star Citizen, that I want to cover on Friday. Star Citizen Live return to 8 a.m. That'll be 11 a.m. Pacific, Eastern, sorry. 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, 1500 UTC, with a game dev episode about production with lead producer Jake Ross. So that'll be on tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. Star Citizen Live. And with that, we're coming to our ISC. And this ISC is called Mission I'm not even. How do you pronounce that word? Mission Cognoscible. I don't know how you pronounce that word. All right. No one else want to give it a try?
Nope. I'm not going to embarrass myself. Go ahead.
Oh, you're going to let me do it for me. Okay, fine. But this is this week's ISC. We'll probably cut away at around the halfway mark.
Every time we talk to the folks at the Mission Feature Team, they've always got a number of interesting irons in the fire. And as they pursue work on the upcoming Alpha 320 and beyond, now is no different. So let's check in with them and get some updates on a few of the new features they're working on, including one improvement to the law system that's a long time coming.
We've released the salvage contracts already, and you buy the contract from a contract broker, and it's just a transaction. You buy the rights to salvage, and you can just salvage at your own leisure. There's no risk. So we wanted to add a bit more variety. The illegal ones, there's a timer with enemies, but once you get rid of them, that's it. So we added the cover-up missions.
It's an unlawful mission, and the idea is that Ninetales have committed a crime and want you to cover their tracks.
We know security is going to investigate the crime scene, so you're being hired to scrap all the identifiable markings and paint, and you have a certain time limit.
It's the first mission really to have fail timer. So if you don't take the skin off of a ship in time, the police will turn up, instantly clock it and say, this is Ninetales and you'll have failed your job.
You fail the mission, you don't get paid, you have nothing to show for it. However, if you do successfully manage to completely wipe the ship clean, then you get paid because you rendered them service, which is also going to tie in with reputation, which the current contracts don't implement yet.
If you do want to get greedy, you can still get greedy. You can still start taking parts off. That isn't part of a mission. You can still go aboard, and there's probably going to be, really valuable things aboard.
What I like about this mission is that it's a bit of a precursor to how we want to start evolving the salvage missions as we go. Currently, salvage missions don't have reputation tied into them. You just buy the contract and you're done. But this is going to start our work towards having more reputation scopes. You're actually going to have rewards coming in with finishing these missions. There's actually going to be a reason for doing these in the long run.
One of the things we'd noticed is that even though they're salvage missions, now that you can take cargo off and weapons off, people are actually leaving the skin. They weren't using the salvage beams as we imagined they would. So it's been nice that we can actually make that part of the mission. We can make the feature the mission critical aspect.
With Siege of Orison, we built these new Crusader platforms. You've definitely seen Solanke platform, Brushwood, Heartmoor, and building those, we essentially got all of the building blocks required to expand Crusader even further.
We made Inspiration Park, which is a whole collection of 4 platforms and a whole bunch of buildings. Then we started doing platform infiltration missions on them. The problem with that is that every time a mission location is used, it can't be used by another mission at that point. It's kind of reserved. So if 2 people do that, that's already 6 buildings out of the rotation. which limits a lot of the buildings. So what we decided is to have several more of these platform parks.
We really just wanted one location that would be for siege. We intended to copy and paste those all over the place in new formations. And that would mean that the siege islands would just be for siege, so that the event and the missions don't have to share the same location. We knew we could then take those islands, reconfigure them, and then just place them all over Crusader.
Using multiple locations around Crusader spreads players out more, which helps the performance. And we kind of wanted to use the planet itself more as well.
The intent was to run Siege for 319, but unfortunately we weren't able to hit that. We ended up in a very awkward position where we had disabled the ability to have the current missions that went out on those islands in 318 available in 319, and we also didn't have the other islands placed. So we just had to turn those missions off completely until we get these new floating islands. So we made the decision to add more islands all around Crusader. It allowed us more freedom, we can tell different stories. The new consignment mission involves the item dispensers that you've seen at Jumptown and in Korea.
The consignment missions are made by Max.
You'll be tasked with going to the UGF to retrieve a mission-critical item.
There's several NPCs walking around, either security guards or other NPCs, and several of them will be carrying data pads with a code on them.
By taking the tablets on them, players can see these codes.
You will have to sift through multiple codes to find that item.
Think of it as an Amazon locker where you have a code for your delivery. So you have to look on a tablet which code hold which set of items. You go to a terminal, enter the code, and then it starts spitting out these objects one by one.
You can type that code in and stop it halfway through and then type the code in again and get the other half of the consignment out. The consignments can be found in various places. There's a lawful mission where you go and the security occupants of a UGF have been killed by the Ninetails. So there's all these corpses around and you have to go searching through them while fighting off the Ninetails to find these data pads. And, scanning through the data pad and you finding whether it's got the mission critical items that you're looking for, or maybe just some really valuable items for things like Haddonite and Dolovi and things like that you usually only find in one-handed carryballs we're adding into boxes. So that's a nice little bonus there you'll be able to find. The greedier you are or the longer you take to get this mission done, the mission grows more and more difficult.
We built a new system, a new module, which we're calling the anti-up system. It allows us to spawn increasingly difficult waves of AI that will approach and attack the player while they're at a location.
The AI coming out of it grow more difficult, through light, heavy, medium armors. The unlawful version of this, you're actually acting as the Ninetails, say. So you go into a UGF that's run by securities and you have to kill the bosses that come out and get the data pad off of those.
I do a lot of bunker missions, so I'm excited to get some more variety in them. Unfortunately, I play more on the lawful side of things, so if it's a bunker mission where I have to kill security guards, I'll be less inclined to do it. But if it's shoot Ninetails and steal their stuff, then yeah, I'm all for it.
So the reputation ladder is going to be tied to these missions. A lot of players care about the reputation ladder themselves in completing that process, but as an extra incentive to climb it, they will unlock the harder tiers of this mission. And in the process of doing so, there will be more data pads that can drop across the mission. It will be more difficult to stay at the location the more data pads you want to retrieve, and you can sift your way through the mission critical items and the extra items of the things you want, load them up, get them out of the UGF onto your ship and away. So it's going to be all about how much players want to go for the extra bonus loot, whether it's worth the risk of staying if they are low on ammo or are being overwhelmed, or if they have enough friends to bring to them to the location, which versions of the mission that they do. So I think it's going to be really interesting, and it gives players the opportunity to do missions at their own pace and remain at the location as long as possible as the risk increases.
Okay, we're going
Since
to
the inception of the lost system, we've had the issue.
right tab. There you go. All right. So yeah, let's talk about the first half. Fifth page. What are your thoughts?
Oh man, actually, me and Pops were talking about this earlier. I don't want to take too many points up, but yeah, I like the point of fact that they are for, and hopefully this definitely does help with optimization. Moving those zones and those platforms to, spread them out across the planet rather than them being, in that location where Orison and all of the other traffic is and all of that stuff. Because, I know the game is not optimized, yet, but that definitely should help out with all of that geometry now being spread out and moved across different locations. So hopefully that'll help with these missions being able to run better. Because I know Siege of Orison was, one that was not a good look too much. It wasn't, but I appreciate the hard work.
Cool. Gotcha.
I don't know what stood out to me was when they were talking about those smuggling missions or the where you have to get the data pads. It's just like it looks like it's a mission set in stone, but it's just like it's scalable. It's like variably scalable. Like you go there with 2 or 3 people, you can do this much of the mission. You go there with 10 people, you can do a completely different level of mission. You can take on almost a siege or like a siege type mission and grab as much loot as you can, bring it out, and then try to get out, like almost like a looter shooter. But it's just like I like how they're just building that complexity into a single solitary mission. I feel like that's going to pay off. I can't wait to get my hands on that.
Cataclysm, thank you for the subscription for 9 months. I gotta fix that in the thing. But yeah, thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. Pops, what are your thoughts?
Well, first thing I want to mention is Orison has a nine-tails infestation. I mean, they're like everywhere over there, and I'm quite sure we'll get other gangs later on doing things. But yeah, to go what Godson was saying, is a good point that he was making about the missions, and I can see the missions becoming more complicated. Like probably in the beginning, when you pick up the pad, it may just have the code first off, but as they evolve these missions, you may have to hack those pads to get into, because just like if you drop your iPhone or something like that, in order, somebody has to, if you don't have the code to it, which you shouldn't,
you gotta get into it.
Yeah, you got to get into it to even see what's on the phone. And
the UE had a backdoor to everybody's mobile glass. That's what happened. UE had the backdoor.
Yeah. But I am glad. One last thing. I'm glad to see them expanding, putting more locations out there, and kind of pointing towards Orison 2.0, whatever they're going to do with that, just like they did with Lorville. Yeah, because I'm quite sure they'll have a lot of places to, what's the name, Stormwall the Whale locations and things like that. So I'm looking forward to them doing these expansions.
Yeah,
and if for 2 seconds, if for 2 seconds I can just disagree with Fist to Face for a second. A Siege of Orison was not bad if you caught the first wave of people going over there. Like if you caught a group going over there and doing the entire thing, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it's like going with a pre-made group versus a pug group, all right?
Right.
Well, let me ask you a question though, because I didn't really get a chance to experience it. How was it performance-wise? Like, because that's what I'm talking about more importantly.
minus the AI being just on easy mode, it didn't. At least with the group that I went with, it wasn't a bad experience. I didn't have that thing. There was a lot of different times is where they were bringing in Hercules, and we were doing a bunch of stupid stuff. It ran smooth on mine. I mean, I might have a beast of a system that might not be the average, but it's just like I didn't have the graphical or gameplay degradation that some people said that they had during it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I don't have much to say about this one because it's more FPS and land shooting versus ship shooting. So I am looking forward to the new Crusader platform when it comes out because people have been having some issues like you just discussed. But yeah, other than that, this is an ISC for me. But I'm glad that it worked out for other people though, because I mean that's how it goes. Sometimes you have an ISC that you're really into, and other time, yeah, not so much. But yeah, this is not so much for me.
I've told people, especially during like the new patches when they first release, like they're like, especially people that are just like new to the game. They're like, well, where should I make my permanent residence? I was like, I asked them what kind of computer do you have before they answered. Because if you don't have the right system, don't choose Orison. Like I mean, is it Orison or Crusader? Yeah, but just don't do Orison because Orison is like it's Far Cry in the 90s. It's Far Cry in 2006. Like it's just like, can your computer run it? Like,
yeah, like a crisis or something like that. Yeah, it's like the benchmark. Yeah,
like, and it's just like, I mean, Orison is the Star Citizen benchmark. If from my perspective, it's just like if your computer
probably. Yeah, good. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying if your computer can run smoothly on Orison, you should be good on the rest of the game.
That Lord
should be good. Yeah, should be good. But yeah, thank you for that. All right, so let's pick up with the rest of ISC, then pick up after that.
Since the inception of the loss system, we've had the issue where if someone trespassed on your ship, you would first be given away by the chat system saying that you joined the ship.
Gives your position away straight away. I've always disliked that notification, and it pops up whenever you enter any ship, not just your own. We had that popping up all the time when you went above the Javelin, say, in the Fleet Week. So I'm happy to say that we're changing that now so that you'll only see that notification if you are a member of a party of the owner whose ship you're going aboard.
With the new implementation of the trespass system, the chat will no longer give you away, but it's not all benefits for the trespasser, because now the pilot can defend their ship without legal repercussions, which makes the trespasser at risk at all times.
We've basically made the interior of ships a trespass area for anyone who hasn't been invited aboard, and by invited we mean in a party with the owner of a ship. So imagine there are two players, they're in a party together, and then there's a third, like, trying to sneak aboard. The owner obviously enters a ship as normal, doesn't see anything. The party member, same, steps aboard, doesn't see anything. This third player trying to sneak aboard will see a private property warning and then be trespassing. But, you step off, a few seconds later, that's fine. No one's allowed to shoot you anymore. Could have been a mistake. But if you stay aboard, you're just lawfully be allowed to be attacked by any owner of that ship or their party.
With you having the trespass settings for you and your party on the ship now, it just adds a little bit more of a risk for people who are trying to potentially grief or simply play through that gameplay loop, and they will know that they're trespassing and feel that extra danger when they board somebody else's ship as they are in a monitored area.
We're really excited to give you guys this. It's been a long time coming, we know, but it was just not as simple as the trespassing around areas, which was just a simple action area. This has so many edge cases, as you can imagine. You can actually nest trespassing, so you can have someone else's ship aboard your ship, and you can be in a trespass area, and we have to figure out, like, which trespass trumps the other trespassers. We also have to build in precautions. So say you're lured aboard a ship, you're invited to a party, and then they kick you from the party. You'll still be allowed to be aboard that ship until you leave. It's just that you won't be allowed to defend that ship lawfully anymore. Also, if you hurt anyone aboard that ship, you will instantly then be trespassing as well, and they'll be able to shoot you back lawfully. It's taken a lot more work than even we originally thought it would, but it's just going to be a real game changer.
It finally gives ship owners the right to defend themselves on their ships and fight back against the pesky pirates we have out there.
One of the things farther ahead that we're working on is barge heist. It's basically taking what we know to be popular and fun in this game, so something like Jump Town, but we're making it have a finite resource and a much more interesting location.
What we're doing is allowing players to buy in information similar to how some of the salvage contracts work. And from there, they get the information about where this cargo barge is, owned by Crusader, and happens to be just in the middle of this heist situation where the Ninetales are taking it over and they're trying to take all this stuff from Crusader.
It's the barge that we use in Siege of Horizon, heavily modified, so there'll be lots of entrances and exits. What's great about using the barge is that we can put it anywhere on Crusader, you know, far away from the landing zones or anything that, you know, may cause performance to dip. So there should be no performance impacts.
We've placed a terminal, a cargo terminal, inside of the container interior of the barge. And when players find this terminal, they can turn it on to open various containers using different kinds of ID codes found in the environment.
Basically, you unlock several cargo containers belonging to different companies, and different companies have different items in there.
So hopefully, players will learn which containers might contain what types of materials based on the brands, right? Crusader Industries is transporting completely different types of loot than maybe, say, Ark is.
The cargo containers open all in different rooms around that location. You're fighting over every single box, trying to hold down like a room. There's no way you can hold down the entire thing unless you hold all the entrances. The location is so like so much of a maze. You'll have people stumbling in and out of it, and lots of people wondering, you know, oh, is this person here to steal a box, or is he just trying to get through to the next room?
What we really wanted to achieve with this is give the players complete freedom of which side to take. You don't take a contract from Crusader asking for help, or from Ninetales wanting you to help them to take something.
In future, when we have reputation-based hostility and you can make friends with these guys, they will be your cover. So I can see plenty of exciting PvP action that's going to come from this mission. So that's a brief look at some of the things the mission team has been working on recently. We can't wait to get in your hands, especially the ship trespass system. That's going to change the game completely. And yeah, I personally am really excited about barge heist, so thanks for watching.
Of course, as always, you're going to want to check out the public roadmap at the robertspaceindustries.com website for details on when each aspect of their continuing work gets scheduled for a specific release. And as for what we learned this week, well, we learned that more platforms means more opportunities for adventure across the gaseous surface of the planet Crusader. That salvage gameplay can be utilized in interesting and creative ways to create new mission types. And that whenever that trespass system comes online, a new day for shipboarding PvP arrives with it. Yeah, it's one we've all been waiting for. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for exploring the process of game development with us, and we'll see you all here next week. Every time we talk to the folks on the mission feature team, they've always got a number of interesting irons in the fire. And they pursue work on the upcoming Alpha 320 and beyond. Updates on a few new features they're working on, including one improvement to the new law system that is going to be a long time coming. You're going to want to check out the public roadmap for robertspaceindustries.com website. A salvage game that can be utilized in interesting...
working these missions.
From Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for exploring the process of the game development with us, and we'll see you here next week.
Yeah, so people who don't know what that's all about, a couple of weeks ago on ISC, someone was in the background when it wasn't supposed to be, and I believe that was the same person.
Oh yeah.
So that was that reference is all about.
Okay, the person in the bike behind the bushes.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been doing a mess. We're having a fun. We're doing a fundraiser. Solar Citizen until October 22nd. That's what the QR code beside me is, and that's what the Please Donate to St. Jude Hospital is. And I just wanted to remind people that we are doing a fundraiser, but we'll cover that more at the end of the show. So yeah, trespassing, hate society, and other stuff. Pops, do you have any thoughts about the stuff the second half of ISC?
Yeah, I'll make mine brief. I'll just go on one point because I don't want the cargo container. I've when I first saw them, I always have like, wow, is this are they just gonna be flying around, or are they gonna really actually become involved in the game? So I'm happy to see that they're actually gonna have missions and things like that where we can go inside and do what we do in there. So I was happy to see that come around. But it also made me think real briefly. These types of missions like that on right now it's on Orison, so I can. It made me think about them being on other planets. Maybe maybe not a floating one, but maybe some type of a ocean carrier on a different planet. Maybe a land vehicle on another one where it would be similar to that. Maybe going up in the mountains and doing things on it just made me think about other places becoming involved in missions similar.
Cool,
Very
thank
nice.
you. Gotcha. What are your thoughts about the second half of ISC?
I'm gonna be honest. That trespassing system is gives me a little anxiety. I mean, just because you'll actually need to start like, and I mean, it hasn't been a problem recently in the game as I've experienced, but I've had plenty of situations where somebody's like snuck onto my ship, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking you back. Just get out into space. But I really can't do anything because I can't kill them legally. So it's just like this is going to be an interesting development. I'm going to look forward to when that gets instituted.
Now, Godsend, you'll be able to say you'll be able to shoot them, and then you can claim stand your ground.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the state that I live in. Cancel doctrine. I didn't have
boy.
What are you talking about?
Bitch Base, how about you? What are your thoughts about the second half?
I do appreciate the trespassing feature in the game that they have implemented. Because I too have been a victim of folks getting on the ship, and then next thing you know, you're afraid to take off because especially if you're a loner, if you're a lone person on the ship, and everything. Now, here's the thing though, I would like to know, because with this whole system, if they get on your ship, right? And let's say and he said that, if they're on your ship for a certain amount of time and they step off, then you don't have a right to shoot them. And I'm quite sure there's a time period for it to kick in. But let's say that ship is still within the armistice zone. Can you pull out your weapon and shoot? Do you have authority?
As long as you're in the armistice zone, I don't think so.
Yeah.
See, that
would mean that they can't either.
Yeah.
Right. And
go
ahead.
What you can do is go hand to hand combat.
That's true. But I would obviously I would like to see, there would be that ability for, but I guess you would have to give that person a right to defend themselves too. Because if you only the person, the owner of the ship, have the ability to pull out your gun, and and they don't, then that's I would have to say from a gameplay standpoint, it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you pull out your knife in the armor system?
I don't know. I haven't tried it.
Someone in chat, can you pull out your knife in the armature zone? CC Creator says, when we get the ability to control the environment in engineering, I'm ejecting people out of the airlock and flooding the run for toxic chemicals.
Oh man,
I agree.
I
love it.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. I'm gonna reiterate this again and say this again. Touch on this. Probably he'll see it later, or if he's not watching right now. But if you see Cal Roddy on your server and trespassing is in, and you see and just make sure you sweep your ship. You see that person in that I don't know. Does he usually wears white suits or some type of suit? Yep. Just double tap him to the head. No questions asked. Don't even wait.
You know what I was just thinking about? Go ahead.
Real quick.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Real quick. Iceman and Deja Hobo said, no, you cannot pull out your knife in armature zone, so you can't. Go ahead, Godson.
No, I was just thinking because that last comment made me think. It's just like it would be nice. I'm going to start a post on Spectrum about this, but it's just like it'd be nice to be able to lock the bridge and just vent the rest of the ship.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going for in the future. Not anytime soon, but I think that's what they're going for in the future. But I mean, even if you do that, most people wear space suits, so you can't really suffocate them or anything, or blow them out the airlock. But we'll see.
I was hoping about blowing him out the airlock, but yeah.
No, man, you follow behind CC Creator, man. It's gonna be bodies in space. You know? It's gonna be trails of people. Just space.
Yeah. So when I was watching, were you done?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. So when I was watching, I was like, trespassing. The first thing I thought of was, get off my lawn. And yeah, so it got me one of those interested. But check on the roadmap when it'll be done. I'm not sure if it's in for 320. But yeah, check on the roadmap to see when it's in. So that'll be interesting. So I'll have a chance to defend my Banu Protectorate if I get people to help me defend it.
We need to have auto turrets in the Banu. That's a lot of space to cover. It's a lot of space to cover. A lot of merchandise. What you see in the Mandalorian and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to. Okay, so they already came up with the end, but I love the ending because, like I said before, that was the guy who wandered into the set. Well, this is when Jet was on the sim pit. He was shaking it around, and someone wanted in, and I believe that was the person. So I don't know his name. Thank you for being a good sport and making fun. It made it funny, so I appreciated his return.
How'd you pick up on that, Fastcart? How'd you remember that? Did someone tell you, or you really?
No, I just knew. I just recognized him. I just recognized him. I just called you reference.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember him. He was the one who was in that. I thought he was Xylo at first.
Right. Yeah, some people thought it was Xylo. Yeah, I remember that. Real quick, I wanted to see something about. Oh, here it is. So this part right here, on the left, they didn't even highlight this on the short, as far as I can tell, but that's the tabletop setup, and I really appreciate that. That looks cool on tabletop. I'll go full screen so people can see it. But yeah, on the left, that's their tabletop, and I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Okay. So is that where? Oh, wait a minute. What is that in the middle?
What?
Is that what is that them having their meetings? Is that what
their game, their tabletop?
Tabletop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tabletop gaming. Yeah.
Tabletop gaming. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I thought that was cool.
That is.
Because you can see the DM screen around Jared. So he's DMing. Because remember a while ago, the guy said, I want to be on the INC because I don't want Jared to kill off my character. This is that probably that reference to that.
Internal D&D night. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's all something I wouldn't mind watching too, but they're not going to show that. That's all something worth watching, but yeah.
Can you make out what game that is?
No, I cannot.
Oh,
I cannot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's D&D.
It's what?
But
Yeah,
it's
well,
D&D.
all variation of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, that is this week's ISG mission. Fancy word for impossible. So yeah, oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. But yeah, so next up we have our Machinima. So this week, it came out last week, but we did Wiki Wiki instead of this last week. This is from Mr. Hasgaha, and this is titled Area 18 Cinematic Tour. It's only 6 minutes long, so let's check it out.
in the UEE Navy today.
And we're back. So yeah, that is from Mr. Hasgaha. It's called Star Citizen Area 18 Cinematic Tour. So let's go in reverse order. I'm going to start with Pops. What are your thoughts?
Oh wow, Hasgaha was on the show
A month ago?
few weeks, about a
Yeah.
month ago. And after the show we were talking, and I was saying to Griff about how some people just seem to have, I don't know, a vision. I mean, because the opening shot, to me, it just going that kind of go down a little bit, then go down a little bit further. These, those kind of shots to me may seem really simple, but it just says, it just says a lot. That time elapse, scenes, and the way he had the person. I guess he composited the person, and they were getting on the tram, and I just think people have, I don't know, like especially this one where he has the people moving all around him, and he's still, and they're looking. I don't know. I think it's just amazing how people, do these things and take their artistry and see them actually getting to do these things. Yeah, I'm just really touched.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dodson, how about you? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I just ask?
One more.
everybody
Yeah,
a
go ahead,
question?
Pop. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that hologram where he was the boxing hologram.
Oh, the
Is that
boxing
in the
hologram?
game, or is that something he put in there?
If I'm not
I
mistaken,
do not know.
I don't
I
know.
don't know because I've not been
Anybody
to
know?
all the places.
I'm just wondering because I've never seen it, but I just wondered if that was something he
I
put
know
in there, or
I'll be
go ahead,
looking.
I'm sorry.
I'll be looking for it next time I'm there.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
I'm like,
from everything in else in here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's something in the art club, but I don't know where it is.
yeah, okay.
So go ahead, Godsend.
I got two quick thoughts. The first thought is, as much as it is Area 18 is probably one of the most beautiful in the game as far as I'm concerned, just because of the cyberpunk kind of aesthetic. But also the most infuriating, because if I go there at night, I can't land because it takes me an hour to find where I'm supposed to land. The spaceport.
Yeah, that was annoying. I mean, even in the daytime, I have trouble landing.
The daytime is a little bit easier, but at nighttime, it's almost it's like, where is it? It's just a dark spot on the plane. The second thought I have is that I can't wait as we get closer and closer to release and all these other aspects, because I think about what creators do currently with like Grand Theft Auto, and I was just thinking, like, this is a much better platform to tell those stories. It's the verse is a much better, like the depth of creativity that can be instilled by just what's available now, let alone what happens further along once we're at release and beyond. We're going to get a lot of entertainment out of this game in a number of different formats, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you for that. Victor, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna definitely jump on that and expand on that from what Godson and Pops is talking about. Because me and my dad has talked about this. I know we had this discussion the other day though too, fastcart, was that, when you look at where Chris Roberts is going with the game, it's not just from a game standpoint, but from also, licensing the engine and their technology from the planetary tech, so on and so forth, to other games, that's the shot, the little, the man. Yeah, that's kind of cool. But no, I would love to, because one of the things that's a reason why we're going into Unreal is because, having access to be able to do some of the things that we want to be able to do as far as machinima wise, like Dawson was talking about, unfortunately those things aren't there yet. We don't have access to them, like we talked about, the upcoming project for us for Pyro. We don't have Pyro yet. So that's why we have to go to, something to make it on our own. And, just to say that, to look at what people are doing in GTA, I mean, it's phenomenal. I you know, it's cool, and I would like to see that, you know, definitely in this game, and being able to, you know, have the tools, you know, even, you know, more than, you know, like Unreal and the marketplace assets, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it would be so cool.
All right, thank you for that. Yeah,
But
go ahead.
But I apologize, but I didn't mention anything about as far as Hasgaha's thing. Big shout out. This is beautiful, very well done. You know, hand clap. Pretty much, yeah.
Major
Major
applause
hand
there.
clap. Yeah. Now, another thing too that I noticed, I would like to ask him, because I noticed those time lapse. I wonder if he like recorded that in a high frames per second and then slowed it down. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm trying to think of how he did that.
If you put a comment in his video, he might respond to you. I don't know. Or on Twitter or something like that. He might respond to you.
Yeah.
I did friend him on Discord.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Same. So I definitely have to ask him.
Yeah. So my thoughts are, all corporates come a long way. I've said it past a few Soul Citizen. The social module is what got me into the game. Seeing Chris Roberts' vision of what he wanted to put together. So seeing Ark now versus then when it was just a social module, it's come a long way, because we used to have that small area you couldn't land on. You just come and pop in from your hangar and go into this, and now you can just, it's a full-blown planet. Our COVID's come a long way, and that eye movement thing that that we were doing before, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that eye movement thing is in the game. I mean, let me see if I can find it real quick.
The moist eyes.
Yeah, that thing right here. Is that possible in the game?
Well, I think it is, because I think with the facial tracking. I think the facial tracking, it might. Yeah, I think as long as you have that on, it should. I could be wrong, but somebody can tell me in the comments. But
Griffin says it is, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like that, but that eye tracking thing, that is amazing. I did not know it had that much fidelity, immersion, detail in just the eye movement. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you got to give a shout out to Twitch Pacheco for being the queen of our co-op, in my opinion. And in face-to-face, you brought up the time lapse thing. I thought that was amazing. Let me fast forward to it, but yeah,
all of them.
Yeah, you see the different tail lights and everything going by and everything. That is just amazing.
Did he macro that? Because I know he didn't.
He probably did.
He had to macro that. Yeah.
That's one of the things I'm wondering, because I can understand we've tried to do that where you just sit in one space and you go away for 2 hours, and it's but the camera traveling plus the long time, I'm like, I know plus, good and well.
Plus the server got to be up, got to stay stable.
Yeah, that's true too.
I'm like, wow, wait a minute.
And you have to be like, no one has to mess with you, because someone someone sees you, they're going to try to mess with you. So yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely time. But that was just that I just want to know if he macroed.
He did it the hard way. That's what makes it impressive, Griffin, is that he did it the hard way. Yeah, that's what we're impressed about.
Yeah. Wow. Because if he sat there for 2 to 3 hours on his joysticks and just sat there with his thumb, that's a long time for your thumb.
Oh, you know what, macroing versus
okay. Just macro your A or what is it? He's going left, so that'll be your A key. Just keep macroing it at a certain interval. Yeah.
Now that's amazing. That's some effort and some hard work there. And then you got to put together.
I was just thinking, technically, couldn't he just set it to confuse and decouple?
Nope, because you will drop. That gravity will grab you.
That'd be a whole different scene.
Yeah. He would have to, because you know what he would have to do? He could do it. I'm not saying it's not possible, but the macro would have to have if he's doing it from a keyboard, he would have to do the space bar.
Yeah.
So he would have to go space bar, and because he's got a boost to stay up, especially because he's level.
And also,
he's
yeah,
not
yeah, I was
bobbing.
gonna say it's all level, so it looks like he probably did it by hand. So yeah, that's impressive.
And I just
All
want
right.
to mention
Go
one thing, because Danger Hobo mentioned something. Me and my son have talked about this probably about 2 years ago, about what Chris Roberts is doing. Now, this is just our, between me and my son speculating. But, I've always seen this, and I've said to my son, this is what Chris Roberts is doing is more than about Star Citizen. I think he's making this whole engine to be and compete with Unreal Engine and Blender.
Unity.
Right.
Unity.
Well, Blender's open source, and he gets money from the marketplace and because I think Star Citizen is going to be the highlight to what his engine can do, and the other gamers are going to be making that decision between Unreal and his engine, and because that's a lifetime investment than just the Star Citizen investment. Somebody may play for 8 years or something like that.
But when they were doing the Kickstarter, I remember very clearly that original trailer. And the original trailer started with the death of the computer game has been vastly overrated.
and
like this is a computer game. Like we have games that come out, but this is a computer game. This is a game that is really designed and built to be played on a computer.
Yep, and with that, I think we should probably wrap up. But thank you for the discussion, folks. And yeah, Mr. Hasgaha, hats off to you. So with that, I'm going to get to the St. Jude fundraiser. So we're doing a charity fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Hospital. We've already reached our first tier of $500. But we're trying to reach $10,000 by October 22nd with CitizenCon weekend. And if we reach the various tiers, we're giving away ships, we'll be giving away UEE Navy stuff, and we'll try to have a 12-hour stream featuring gameplay and special guests. But at the top tiers of those incentive, milestone incentive, we have a banding measurement of 5,000, the 890 jumper 7,500, and the Endeavor Master Set at 10,000. So help us to give those away and make life easier for children. All right.
I am very happy to be here.
Iceman, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you, Iceman. Also, we have as soon as it comes up, thank you very much. We have a Boss Citizen coming up on July 15th, 2023. The early session starts at noon. The late session starts at 5 p.m. So wherever you are in the world, hopefully you can attend. And that's on July 15th. Use the QR code to get your entry. This is on Zoom. It's virtual. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a lot of people. If you want to go for both or stay for both, you can. So yeah. And also, Soul Voices is back because Griffin is back. So he's back, and I no longer have unlimited power, but I'm grateful to have him back. So yes, on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC, Soul Voices, where we talk Star Citizen with the community, but it's more of a one-on-one conversation. You come in, Griffin will have a topic from Spectrum, Reddit, and sometimes something from the industry in general. You have a conversation with him one-on-one, and it's a great show, always fun. And that's a part of PodSat or Podcast Saturday, which started for Soul Voices at 3 p.m., Captain Table at 6 p.m., and Relay Station at 9 p.m. You can convert those all to your local time zone. And for our next show, I don't know why it's slow today, but it's slow. It's next show on Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, midnight UTC. We have Citizen News Nerds, CNN, 8 p.m. Eastern, Sunday, June 25th. We're having the Newifier and the caller on to talk about news in the verse. It should be a fun show because Nakawa has been at it for a long time. The Numify has been at it for a long time, so it'll be great to get their perspective on news and Star Citizen. So check that out. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. We had Face to Face, Godson, and Popping Face. Thank you everybody for joining me in chat on YouTube and Twitch. I'm trying to get my thing up. There it is. So, oh yeah, I'll be doing Flight to Redmond tomorrow. Check that out on the People's Radio, 2100 UTC, 5 p.m. Eastern. You want to become a Soul Bro, Soul Sister, Soulmate, Soul Citizen membership, has the privileges. Click the join button below on YouTube. We're Soul Citizen with an S on it everywhere on social media. We sell merchandise like the shirt I'm wearing. Click the link below for to help support us. But especially and totally end of October, we prefer people to donate to St. Jude fundraiser. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, follow, and depending on what platform you are, and hit notifications so you can be notified when we're live. And we are going to raid the Astropub to send him our love. And with that, thank you everybody for joining me. Peace, love, and soul. Take care.
All right,
Okay, the
jumping up.
raid went, yep.